What's going on, everybody? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson coming back with you with another live stream, man. Just so glad to see you guys in the building. It's been a minute since I did a live. Well, it was yesterday, but you guys know, nigga, I usually stream once every day. So, come in here and like the video. We had about 45 people in the chats. We were going in, but I thank you guys for being here. I am here with one of the most probably, man, upcoming YouTubers in the manosphere and the black YouTube market in 2019, man. He came in killing the game, and that is the One Master Teacher YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. I love his content, man. One of my favorite YouTubers, man. I reached out to the brother so he can come in, and when I reached out to him, the brother was in Brazil, and he did some great stuff, man. Some epic work, some of the best stuff I've seen from anybody going to Rio de Janeiro, including even me, because I thought I did some work. Nah, he did some real work. And today we're talking about why going to Brazil is a great situation for black men. And I'm gonna welcome him to the channel. What's going on, brother? One Master Teacher.
What's up, O'Shea? So as you guys know, I've been a big fan of O'Shea for quite a bit, like watching his videos vicariously. A lot of good information. One of the biggest videos that stuck out to me first was your Ukraine video. So you was talking about a smaller town in Ukraine, and this was before my Ukraine trip, because there's no footage, there's no information for brothers about Ukraine. So I was like, okay, this dude has some good information. So that's when I really started looking at your videos and whatnot. Between you and Solo, you guys been helping me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, positive vibes and whatnot. So I really appreciate it. Appreciate you guys, taking care of the younger cats, the underdogs, and YouTube.
Well, you ain't no underdog no more, man. You're a top dog. So shout out to you, bro. I really like the content that you bring in this space is needed, man, because you have a lot of good information, a lot of countries you've been to that were never documented before, bro. So I really, really thank you for coming into the game and getting that situated. Tell some of the people, man, what kind of channel is the One Master Teacher channel? What kind of content do you have and stuff over there?
Okay, so you guys understand that at the end of the day, my channel is a business. Think Smart Financials. Okay, One Master Teacher is a handle that I created to promote the business. I teach guys finance stuff. I have a bachelor's degree in finance. I've been investing for over 10 years. I have quite a bit of money. I'm tracking to be a millionaire in less than 6 years. So I actually made more money in Brazil. I came back with more money than when I went. So I'm the finance guy. I realized with brothers, sometimes you have to show the receipts. You have to show them, this is what you can get if you invest your money. If you budget, stay out of debt, have a plan, you can go to Brazil, you can go to Ukraine, you can go to Poland, you can go to Sweden, XYZ. So that's really what my channel was about, man. Financial education, and of course, giving you guys the information in the field to all these countries I go to.
All right, yeah. So that's two good things the brother is specializing in financials. I think it's the website right here, right? Is that it?
Yep. Right. ThinkSmartFinancials.com. You can book a consultation on there, and we can go through. So I've done travel coaching calls. Brothers wanting to go to Japan, want me to give the lowdown on Japan, Philippines, Thailand, Colombia. I get a lot of calls about Colombia. People wanting to talk one-on-one. So I obviously can't give all of my information out on YouTube.
Okay, right.
You know what I'm saying? So some certain things, certain parameters have to be behind a paywall. I can't give away everything.
Right.
But
right.
I'm telling you now, if you tell me, hey, guy, I want to go to Medellin, Colombia, I can set you up. If you want to go to Pattaya Beach, I can set you up. If you want to go to Brazil, I got even more information about Brazil. I'm your dude. So we talk finance and travel consulting calls.
All right. Shout out to Oga TV, man, for the 99 super chat. My brother out there in LA. Let me ask you this, man. How many countries have you been to, bro? I mean, I've seen some of the rundown. I saw the Ukraine video. I saw the Poland. I saw the German. I saw the Sweden. How many countries have you been to, man?
I don't honestly, brother, I don't count, but I would say about 30. which is really not a lot. Yeah, about 30 or so countries. Nothing crazy. My problem is that I like going to the same places more than once.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, for instance, for you, I'm sure you would like to go back to Brazil eventually. You know what I mean? And then a lot of times, us brothers, we end up building connections in these countries, potential girlfriend, future ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So brothers, yeah. I'm seeing the comments. Brother said 30 ain't a lot. I mean, it's not a lot. I never said I've been to a lot.
No. What he said was 30 ain't a lot. Like, LOL. Like, it was like, yo, that is a lot.
Somebody saying it. Oh yeah, like, and if you do a tour of Europe, you can knock out like 17 countries.
Yeah, in the Union.
In like a week. So going to these different countries, the biggest thing is, what are you taking away from it? What are you learning? What's the experience? Like, when you go to these different countries, O'Shea, you know how it is. Like, you start seeing things differently. There's no Walmarts in Poland.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Poland is built up, but there's a lot of mom and pop shops. Cats are starting their own business and being entrepreneurs and all that stuff. So you get into the entrepreneur spirit when you're seeing all these different countries and people are trying to come up.
Let me ask you this, and shout out to 757 Primetime. Thank you, brother. The haters will be here shortly. He says you have one of the better channels on YouTube, and yes, he does. Thanks again for the support, brother. Let me ask you a question. A lot of brothers, in general, before we get into Brazil, a lot of brothers have a kind of, I don't know, afraid to travel by themselves. I know me. I was talking to you earlier. You've been living overseas for 10 years. I didn't even come over to my first country until 2015. Why are so many brothers afraid to travel or afraid to travel by themselves?
I'm gonna get into that question, but let me first give a shout out to my man 757 Primetime. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of my biggest commenters on my page. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need more 757 Primetimes. He's been there for as long as I can remember. So shout out to him. But I will say that I think, and it's a lot of brothers, even my own brother, who has all kinds of money. Dude is almost a millionaire. He's ahead of me, but he don't have his passport and he don't like to travel. So I'm like, come on, man, like, you have all this money, let's move. So there's a stigma. I think it boils down to a lack of education. And a lot of people don't realize is that America is not a utopia when it comes to safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen more brothers get shot and killed growing up than I have overseas. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure you know some cats that you grew up with that got into some shit and got popped. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of my high school friends got killed, man. So why not take a leap of faith? Do some research online, you know what I'm saying? Read some books and start somewhere small, brother. What's a good place to start small? People go to the Caribbean to relax. You know what I'm saying? In the States, a lot of brothers are going to DR. I've never heard of a brother getting shot and killed in DR in recent memory.
No.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of places you can start to get your feet wet. And on my channel, I talk about training wheel countries. Training wheel countries are those type of countries where it's a low threat, it's very safe. The language barrier is very minimal. Like, Thailand is a training wheel country. Japan is a training wheel country, minus the slight language barrier. Korea, Philippines it can get a little dicey, but you can go there as well. So you got options.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, shout out to brother Kenny Conjo, 1MasterTeacher's official. I definitely have been viewing this content. Peace to you, O'Shea, Maz, Chad, Septus, and Young Intelligent Brother. Thank you, brother Kenny Conjo. Let me ask you this, man, because I've seen a lot of your epic work, man. You did a lot of epic work. Like I said, I'll go back to the Ukraine breakdown.
Yeah,
that was good. That was really, really great. The Sweden one was really, really great.
Yeah.
I saw the one in Spain. I saw the one in Poland, obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't see the one about the one in England, but dating as a black man there. But
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, really quick. Maybe I should do more videos in England, but I will say that British women like black men, specifically American black men. If you come to England and you are well dressed, somewhat articulate, you can have a field day out here. But I thought that was common knowledge, but apparently it's not.
Okay. let me ask you this, man. Because the Brazilian situation. Some brothers that go to certain countries, like at least with you go all over the world. There's
Right.
some guys that just go to Brazil or to countries that have a reputation for prostitution. So Dominican Republic, Thailand, Brazil, but most likely it's Brazil, Colombia, the DR. These places have a some sort of a negative stigma sometimes, right? Why do you think that that outside of that, a lot of brothers, when you talk about going to Brazil, I don't want to get AIDS, man, I don't want to get robbed. As a brother who's been there twice, what would you say to somebody who has those concerns?
Well, first of all, I would say people need to do their research there's a website called the World Health Organization, the WHO. Sure you guys heard of that. And you can look up the statistics for every country with HIV prevalence. America is right there with Brazil. So brothers thinking everything is okay in America and they're scared to go to Brazil, you got to do your research. Secondly, why the fuck you not wearing condoms? Like, how many people how many people you know how many people you know caught HIV wearing a condom? Like, that just tells me that you don't like wearing protection.
Well,
no matter where you are, either in Brazil or in the States. So yeah, people keep throwing the HIV prevalence rate up. Like, okay, so I guess you don't strap up then. All right. That's one.
Yeah.
Now, another thing. So I will say that people need to understand that there's cultural differences. When we talk about prostitution in Brazil and sex workers and all that stuff, it's on a more accessible level than it is in America with your favorite Instagram model. Book me for a show on Insta. You've seen it. Contact me, email me this for this booking. When you guys do the research, the thing about America is there's a lot of nasty things that go on in America, but they cover it up. You know, you will find the finest Instagram model. She would never say, here are my prices to have sex with me on her Instagram page. She would just say, contact me for booking information.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? So things are covered up. They pull the wool over your eyes in America. The only difference is Brazil is right in your face. So if you wanted to partake in those type of activities, it's right there. There's no wool over your eyes. There's no facade. So that's my thoughts on that.
Let me ask you this, brother. As far as Rio de Janeiro, because you opened up a lot of a different side, and what I like about your content is you focus on Black men's finances, and obviously your classic series. What does said country think about Black men? How were you treated as an African American in Brazil? What was your experience as far as how do women in Brazil do they like Black men? Are they looking to deal with an American Black person? And I know you had women on your videos that were not Afro Latino. At least some of them were, maybe Brazilian. What was your impression of that?
So my thoughts were if you guys look at the video I did about how to find a girlfriend in Brazil with Sophie, the one that spoke really good English. Her preference is black men, specifically tan black men, and she likes six packs. I found in Brazil, people have to understand Brazil is a very diverse country. You have a huge Japanese population, you have a huge Caucasian population, and you have a lot of black people. There's more black people in Brazil than it is in America. There's 16 million black people in America, give or take 16, 17, whatever. It's 50 million in Brazil. So to answer your question, I felt that the people treated me like I was one of their own. People thought I was Brazilian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You look like you could be a Brazilian. Yeah.
Yeah, you do too. So people thought that people were coming up to me when I go to the elevator. People wanted to have a conversation in the elevator in Portuguese and so on and so forth. I saw a lot of opportunity. Like, I don't think, in my opinion, I didn't see anybody clamoring over lighter skin in Brazil, because there's everybody in Brazil, at least in Rio de Janeiro, they want a tan. You know what I'm saying? They want a tan. So yeah, so tan skin is in Rio de Janeiro. So they don't want anybody that's pale.
No, let me ask you this: a lot of countries, especially like Brazil or Colombia, the criticism that people said, well, those women are just nice to you because you're American, you have an American passport, so that's the reason why, if they're being nice to you, is because, you know, they want to come back to America and get a green card. Now, you've been to a lot of different countries all over the world, so obviously you've dealt with a lot of different people. Do you feel that that was the situation when you're in Brazil? Like, if people were being nice to you or whatever, it was because you were from America or you had an American accent?
No, I don't think so. It's just like every country, man. Like, you have to understand, like, they know you're a tourist eventually. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like royalty when I was there. You know what I'm saying? When we do a comparison, right? We do a comparison. So when I went to Brazil, they thought I was a Brazil. They rocking with me, and they want to show me around. Hey, you want to go to some of the local spots? We can take you to Lapa. We can take you to some of these upscale places. Where you want to go, we can give you indoctrination of Rio. It would just like treat me like one of the homies, right? Now, in Ukraine, I wouldn't say I got treated like royalty, but we got a lot of extra attention, like in a positive way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people wanting to come up to take pictures with me. I got little kids smiling at me, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to get my attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people sneaking photos of me and then smiling and running away. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah, in the Ukraine, there's no American brothers in there. And in my video, a lot of people got upset because I said, when you go to Ukraine, they know an African, a black person from Africa versus a black person from America. They know. And partially the reason is because how you dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go to a lot of different places, a lot of Africans, they have a different type of swag than American cats do. Their whole demeanor is a little bit different as well. And that's not necessarily to say that it's bad or worse. It's just they know I don't really see that very much. You know what I'm saying? So Ukraine is, if you want to feel like a celebrity, feel important, then go to the Ukraine.
Okay.
That's what
you were in Kiev, right?
Kiev, yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this. And going to Rio, I know I got a lot of shout out to all the dudes that's been to Rio, because you know, I stayed in Ipanema. I think that you stayed in Copa, right? Were you staying in Copacabana? When you went to Rio, were you staying in the Copacabana area?
Yes.
Okay. If you were telling somebody to come to Rio and they ask you where should they stay at, where would you tell them to stay?
I would tell them to stay in Postal 7.
Okay.
Right?
Postal 7. Why Postal 7?
Because there's a really nice restaurant called Churrasca Place. And I thought, and it has a buffet that has very good food and sushi.
Wow. Okay.
So it's a little expensive though. Plus, all the really nice restaurants are on that side. I'm a foodie. You know what I mean? Some people like to, you know, what can I say? Be cheap and eat on the street and stuff like that. I like a little bit of fancy food.
Okay. Yeah. No. That I was the same way in Panema. Let me do a shout out to some people right here, real quick, guys, and make sure that you subscribe to One Master Teacher. Let me go ahead and get his link again. And you niggas better subscribe. I ain't nobody playing with y'all. Y'all know what time it is. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. And shout out to my brother Egosa Ago. Thanks, O'Shea and One Master Teacher. Thank you, brother, for that. And it's J. Clyde. One Master Teacher, does a pro count as a real receipt versus a non-pro?
Yeah, put that on the screen.
Okay, let me see what he said here. All right, do you see this one?
Yeah. So let me go ahead and answer this brother's question. So what he's talking about is a professional as a prostitute. As a pro versus non-pro considered a receipt. Clyde has been to Brazil before. And I actually deleted some of his comments on my page. But I answer his questions here. I'll say this, Clyde. So a professional in Brazil is very it can be anybody. I've had a girl in Brazil who was a model, who had her own TV show, had 400,000 followers on Instagram, and offered to have sex with me for $80.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's true.
So every girl in Rio is working or not working, on and off. Okay, so that's one point. The second point is I never said anything. I never said I had sex with any of these girls. I never said I had any fornication with any of them. My point was, if I see an attractive girl on the street, I'm gonna put her on camera. That way, brothers can see this is what girls in Brazil look like. You know what I'm saying? Here is a good, some good information that you can get from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I found one that spoke English, so you ask her whatever you want. I put her on live stream. She has a nice body, so let's make some money off of her. So I made money off of every single girl that was in my videos. So I think it's a receipt. It's a good source of information. Brothers are happy, so I don't see the problem.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much. And let me say this. Shout out to Michael Mayweather. What up, dude? Thank you, brother. Julia Akis, light-skinned men apply. Let's talk about that, right? Now, people always have that question, man. Like, all right, so you're a lighter skinned brother, right? So you might have more preference over a black ass nigga like me in Brazil, and that's the first part of the question, right? And then I also want to talk about the black Brazilian women and the non-black Brazilian women. Was there a difference in treatment between the two? But let's go with this question here with Julius Aki. Thank you, brother.
Please, this is an excellent question, and I was trying to get Sophie, the girl who spoke English. I was trying to get her for another interview to tackle the question, do women in Brazil like dark-skinned men? But she got a little busy, right? And basically she showed me a picture of all of her friends, some dime pieces. And she said all of them like black dudes. She told me a lot of the girls, it's kind of like how it is in the States. A lot of the girls fuck with the dudes in the favelas because they kind of want a little gangster.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like they want some gangster in their life. So it does not matter what skin tone you are in Brazil. What's the next question?
So shout out to Be Real, black man. When you go to Brazilian, bring back a bundle of Brazilian hair. Black woman will fall for your feet at it. But let me ask you this, right? As far as when you were, because I saw some of the videos with the non-black Brazilian woman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one that was dancing, I don't know what you would classify her as. Is she like a mestizo? Is she like mixed?
She's like she reminded me of a light-skinned black girl with good hair.
Okay.
And that's the one that Mr. Clyde was referencing, I believe, because he was getting a little butthurt in my live stream. Oh, I know her. Like, who gives a fuck if you know her? You know what I'm saying? She's on a live stream and she's showing everybody what Brazilian chicks look like. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway.
Okay. Right. No, thanks, brother. Thanks, brother. T King for the super chat. But did you see any difference between the way that the black women that are considered Afro-Brazilian, what was the difference between them and how they treated you? And then we'll talk about the difference between the non-blacks, and then we'll also talk about Afro-Brazilian women versus African-American women. But what was the difference? Is there any difference between Afro-Brazilian women and non-Afro-Brazilian women?
No, there wasn't. There wasn't, surprisingly. Like, I can't think of any difference. They were all sweet. I would say that, ironically, well, it's not really ironically, but it seemed like the white girl that was in the video, the first video, she was really trying to get me to hang out with her again. Like, she was really trying to get me to hang out with her again. She was really, really, really trying to hook my homeboy with her friend that didn't look so good. She's like,
oh my God,
she's kind of going like a double date, and I'm like, what? My man wasn't really feeling it. So, and then the other chicks, I mean, everybody was just cool. Everyone had their own personality. You know what I'm saying? I just felt that everybody was on an even playing field. And I'm pretty much the same as I am on my live streams. Like, I don't be throwing money around. Like, I don't be flexing and flashing stuff. Like, I was just really trying to extract as much information as possible out of them.
So you wasn't trying to like bring no attention to yourself, like, yo, I'm from American. I'm an American guy. No, you were just being yourself. You was keeping it cool.
No, I was really just trying to get some footage for you guys. Like, hey, here's on camera, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. And shout out to brother Eric Carter and brother Rollo's show. Let me what about Brazilian women, right? Because a lot of brothers, a lot of black men love Brazil. They swear by it. Shout out to the Mwiak brothers and stuff like that. But what is the difference, man? Is there a difference between Brazilian women and women around the rest of the world? Are they different from other groups of women? Something about them?
You know what, O'Shea? I was gonna say they're nastier. They're nasty, like freaky and stuff. But I have to say honestly that women in Europe take the cake.
Yeah.
So I would say that a lot of people will know that Brazilian women do like to kiss a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're very passionate. Like, you will see like a couple that's like 60 years old in the street, like making out.
Okay.
And that's something I've never seen before. They love to kiss. So that's something I noticed. They're very passionate. They have a lot of energy, high energy. You know how it is in Brazil. Brazil and Rio in particular is a very big fitness culture.
Oh yeah.
They shut down one of the roads on Sunday, and everybody does fitness and runs on Ipanema and Copacabana. We went to the gym there. Gym was packed full of baddies. Everyone's in there trying to get their tan on and their workout on. They have a huge high fitness culture. So I think being in that environment, you know what I'm saying? Like, even myself, like I'm not in the shape I want to be. Brazil would be the perfect place to get in shape.
Okay. Shout out to 757 time prime time. They only want your money narrative. LT Junior MT. Oh, let me shout out to brother Rollo. I'm gonna be on his show this week. Let me He says he kind of being disingenuous. What part of Brazil has he been to outside of the Rio and resort area?
What did being disingenuous about what exactly? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been all over fucking. I haven't been to different places outside of Rio de Janeiro, but Rio de Janeiro, I've been to Lapa, I've been to Bada, I've been close to the favelas at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean, what is there to be disingenuous about?
Yeah, Uncle Larry been in Brazil. He said, "Man, you're not lying." Benjamin D'Souza. Let's talk about that, man. Going to Lapa. I didn't get a chance to go to Lapa when I was there, but let me talk about this. As far as did you have to get like a? Did you get a SIM card when you got there?
No, because my phone company, my phone company has some type of plan, man. Like, I can go to Rio and I don't get charged. Like, I have 4G there, unlimited data. It's 3Mobile. So if you guys in the UK, you know 3Mobile, I can go to a lot of different countries and not worry about anything. So I say you guys check your cell phone plan before you go, see what type of deals they have, and if not, you may have to get you a SIM card.
Okay. Let's talk about now some of the problems that I noticed, man. Like I heard from Taylor, and I was talking to Taylor May at the same time I was on message you. Taylor May Dreams is currently in Rio de Janeiro. He actually said that the real now is the dollar is so strong that the money goes the wrong way. Let's talk about that. How far was your money able to go when you were in Rio?
Extremely long. So the hay ice is 4 hay ice to $1. When I went last year, it was about 3.6, 3.7.
Yes, that's what it was for me.
Yeah, Brazil is going through a political turmoil right now. They had a boom in their stock market right before the Olympics, and everything tanked. They had a lot of Brazilians that were moving up in class, borrowing money with credit cards and stuff like that, and eventually they lost their jobs and couldn't pay, and it just tanked the economy. They're still trying to recover from it. I will say this though, that the presence, I don't know if you remember O'Shea, but the presence in Brazil, as far as the police presence, the police were everywhere in Brazil and in Rio de Janeiro and all these different places, man. Like, they really stepped it up as far as feeling safe. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember the big stigma was you can't walk around with a backpack, or you can't walk around with your cell phone, or you can't do this, you can't do that. Man, look, I'm not saying it's a utopia, but everybody I saw was at ease.
Okay. let me do this real quick, because when you go to Europe and places like Sweden, I haven't been to Sweden yet. I'm just imagining. I have been to Germany, Poland. A lot of the people that are younger, the language of Europe, the second language is English. Most people speak English. What I learned when I was in Rio de Janeiro, nobody for the most part speaks fucking English. I don't know if that's changed, but when I was there, like 98 to 99% of people did not speak English, which has been a little bit of a deterrent for some of the brothers. Like me, I prefer going to, Africa. I love Johannesburg. Kampala, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania. But you seem to have a lot of success without really speaking a lot of Portuguese there. So do you know Portuguese, and how are you able to get around and do so many things without even speaking, without using Portuguese?
Google Translate, bro. That's one thing. I don't know Portuguese at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I go to so many different countries that I don't have time to learn one language. You know what I'm saying? So I use Google Translate. and there's a button you can push on there. You can talk into your phone, it'll translate it, and you guys can go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And there you go. So I was very live and direct. I knew exactly what I wanted when I approached these chicks, and I told them exactly what, hey, this is what I want to do. Are you down?
Okay.
And like, hey, I want to sit down and talk to you, because I know what brothers like in the States. So if I see a chick and I'm like, here in Brazil, this chick is not the baddest, but I know brothers in Alabama or whatever will go crazy.
Yeah. I already know what you mean. Because you got that look, you was like,
yeah.
Oh so, my goodness.
Yeah. So I'm just like, yeah. So that's the mode of operation. So the chicks that I had on my camera weren't the baddest ones in Brazil, not even by a long shot. That's probably why it was so easy for me to convince them to get on camera.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I had no pushback. Well, but in the States, brothers love that. So there you go.
Let me ask you this, man, because I've been to Brazil, and I will say, as far as like aesthetically by the face, they are, because the diversity, Rio has the best looking people that I've seen. But let me ask you, man, as far as the bodies, people always think like chicks in Brazil, they have the nicest asses, or I know it's a lot of surgery that goes on. But when you were in the city, were you seeing a whole lot of like thick chicks in Brazil, or were you seeing more fit chicks? What were you seeing, man? Because a lot of brothers want to know about what are their bodies like?
Well, I'll tell you what, like every morning, me and my boy went to get breakfast, and it was like a mile walk, right? And I tell you, every 15 to 20 seconds, you see somebody that's bad. You know what I'm saying? And they had all types of, like, we just saw some ridiculous stuff, bro. Like it's what Brazil's known for, the Brazilian butt. You know what I'm saying? Women out there have very nice bodies.
Okay.
Sick. You know what I mean? Like your average chick that you see from the front and you're like, oh, she's normal, and then she passed you like, oh, what was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like there's some bad ones in there. They come in all shades. If you like black girls specifically, they're there. If you like fair skin mulattoes, they're there. You like white girls with blue eyes and green eyes, they're there. You like a tan with blonde hair with a big ass, they're there. So that's why I like Brazil so much, because they have someone for everyone. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You may go to Poland and you may not be feeling Polish chicks because they pretty much fit the same type, DR, same thing. But in Brazil, it's so much diversity that you can, boom.
Yeah, the only like places in Europe that have like somewhat of diversity, I would say, is like UK. They got a pretty diverse population in France, Germany, those places. But let me ask you this, man. Approaching the black women in Brazil, do you think it's easier to, let's say, because supposedly black women in Brazil are also at the bottom of society? So they're also like Charles Tyler used to always talk about that too. A lot of gyms are for black men in Brazil for black women. So if you're a brother that likes black women, or you want to get with a black sister, but not just from America, does Brazil have something to offer black men if that's what they're looking for?
Absolutely, 1,000%. I thought, going back to what I said earlier, like, since you brought it up, I didn't really see a difference. I didn't think black women there treated me any better than the white women there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was like on equal love. Probably, maybe because I was an American. I don't know.
A lot of interracial dating going on out there in Rio, man.
Yeah,
interracial dating going crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of interracial stuff going on. That's why there's so many mixed people there. So we know that, you know, there's some preferences in Brazil. So Brazil is a spot if you want to see a well diverse group of women. Go to Brazil around January, February, March time frame and just hang out on the beach. Go to Rio.
Let me ask you a question, man. And shout out to Al for the super chat. And guys, make sure you guys subscribe to One Master Teacher YouTube channel. Every brother that subscribes, man, hit the bell on the channel. Put subscribe in the chat. We want to get the brother 100 subscribers while he's here. Okay, so let me know that you brothers have done that. I will really appreciate it. If you're in the building, press 1 after you have subscribed. Right, let's help the brother get some more subscribers. Brother Al says, how popular were you in Brazil? Did people go out of their way to talk to you?
No, I don't think people went out of their way to talk to me. Probably because they thought I was a normal Brazilian dude. One of my boys, my partner that was with me, he told me that the way I was dressed out there, because I dressed down, they thought I was probably some dude from the favelas until I started talking. You know what I'm saying? I dressed really down. I'm not trying to draw no attention to myself. I really don't want people knowing that I'm American. I'm not trying to make myself a target. So I was not popular at all. I got approached one time by some brothers on the street that recognized me from YouTube, and we had a good conversation. They knew way more about Brazil than I did, so they were sharing information, and yeah, that was it. I was not popular, and I was not trying to be.
Right. How does that feel, man? Going to Rio and like brothers come up to you that watch your videos and stuff, man. How does that feel?
Well, considering that they like them all, yeah. They enjoy watching the content, so it felt really good. It just propelled and made me get even more excited about giving you guys content. So
okay. Shout out to Ethiopiafy with her sexy self. She's always in the middle. Most of the discrimination is based on your money, not your color. I lived there for 3 years. She gonna be moving to Poland pretty soon. Don't worry about nothing. What'd you say?
No, I mean she could be correct, but the thing is like there's a lot of broke Americans too. So is it discriminating against your country, or is it your color, or is it a combination of everything? They hear you speak English, so they assume you have money. Honestly, when I go to Brazil, I'm not really looking to discover some type of discrimination. I'm not doing a private eye investigation to find discrimination. Like, that's not what my channel was about. you know what I mean? So there's discrimination all over the world. I mean, we can talk about discrimination forever, but eventually we need to focus on, ourselves, getting our money right, putting ourselves in position, putting our families in position, and executing on these trips.
Let me ask you this, right? As far as dusty Americans, man, I know this is one situation that I've heard that happens in Colombia. I know it's prevalent in Dominican Republic, but broke ass American expats who live in these kind of places, and they scam other brothers and stuff like that. Have you heard of a situation where you have niggas that live in like Rio, or dudes that live in Santo Domingo, kind of dudes who have been expating and living there, and they're pretty much broke and dusty living in these countries? I know it happens in Africa too.
Yeah.
But have you heard about that? Like the travel bums of America, kind of just
not in Brazil, but in Thailand. There's a lot of Australian bums in Thailand. And there's a lot of Australian bums in the Philippines.
Okay.
And we're talking on the street begging for money. They see that you're an American and they want to try to sell you something, or hey, I speak English. I want to show you some places. So not necessarily in Brazil, because honestly, for whatever reason, Brazil hasn't really, it's not taken off like it used to be when it comes to a travel destination. You know what I'm saying? Like people with money are going to different places now. Like Thailand is extremely popular right now.
yeah.
Europe is extremely popular. Like Brazil is not really getting that much love right now. So it's not the traffic there is not so much. Can you give me 1 second? Let me use the restroom really quick. Okay?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. And guys, while he's doing that, man, thank you guys for coming in the stream. Who's seen my O'Shea Dusty News Network? Y'all don't even y'all. I told you, man. Look, I told Phil that Vibe show. Nigga, I'm coming for that. I told Paris Milan, I'm coming for the title. I'm gonna be coming for the gossip title, news title of the year. So I want to thank all you brothers, man, for supporting the Dusty News Network, man. It's a lot of work doing that shit. But thank you guys so much, man. You brothers really deserve the highest quality of content that I can give you, brothers, man. So thank you, brothers, for that. Do me a favor and like the video, though. We got 500 in the chat. Why we don't have no likes, man? Damn. This is some free shit, man. Y'all can't like the video. What's going on, Earl? What's going on, Prosper? What's going on, Mystic? What's going on, Soul? Get the likes up, man. Jesus paid it all on the cross, and you niggas can't like a free video, man. Damn. I know it ain't a recession on the likes, nigga. So let's get them up. Y'all niggas got 500. That's a half 1,000 in this bitch. You know, don't get me to cursing niggas out. So y'all know, yeah. So let me talk to you about this, right? One problem that I see that's there in Brazil, and that was somewhat of an issue for me, was seems like the internet speeds. Like the city is very, very developed. City is dope, but then that internet speed is third world, man. Were you getting a lot of slow internet when you were in Brazil or around stuff like that?
No, I wasn't. So the first time I went to Brazil, the Airbnb I stayed at, the internet was lightning fast. It was lightning fast. And the internet that I stayed at in my Airbnb, the upload speed was a little choppy. So that's when I went live with Shorty, and it was very grainy and whatnot. But the download speeds were fine. The upload speeds were slow from that particular Airbnb. And I had 4G when I was out there in Brazil. I didn't get any dead spots. So I logically conclude that if you lived in Brazil, you can probably pay a little bit more to have some super fast internet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You can do that. All right. I think what we can do now, man, we have about 48 minutes in. You want to take like some questions from people in the crowd, or I mean, how do you typically do
it? Let's do that. You know, we could take some questions in the crowd. If anybody wanted to come on live, you know what I'm saying, and chat it up, we can do that. It's whatever.
Okay. What's up, Ill Wills? Thank you, brother, for being here. Let's do this, guys. We'll take some questions now. You guys know it's 470 something people in the chat. You guys don't have to do anything as far as money, but like I said, those people who super chat questions obviously is going to be answered faster because you niggas know how it is.
Yeah,
I got this child support I got to pay for kids I ain't got. So that's just what's going on in these things. So we'll take some time. Let's take some questions from people. If you have questions, we can get to it. We'll get to it right away. Just put them in there. But you know, super chat questions will always get preference.
Let's get it.
Look at Dr. Diggins. Super chat questions. I know you cats got money. Niggas always got money, man. Like, come on, black man. I ain't got no money. Nigga, bullshit. You niggas got money. I seen y'all over there on Master Teacher stream triggering it off when that girl was in there dancing. Nigga, them niggas was
hey. Yo, hey. Hey, that's a lesson learned. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do that again when I go to Brazil.
Right, you can't get these niggas to give you $1 outside of that. Put a girl in the video. All of a sudden, all these niggas love your content, bro. $40. I don't even know who this nigga is. Yeah, man, men are fucking crazy.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I didn't want to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Like exploit my brothers like that. You know what I'm saying? I just give y'all a one-time deal.
Right. So let me ask you this. So have you ever been to the Bahia, like the Salvador region?
No, so that's the predominantly black area. I have intentions of going with my partner. Honestly, I didn't really know too much about it until this trip. Those brothers I was telling you about that I met on the street, they were going to that region in a couple of days after I met him. So actually, he's supposed to give me a report. I got his WhatsApp. He was gonna let me know if it was legit or not. So, yeah, I still have a lot ground to cover in Brazil. A lot of ground.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. I know you're going to. What are your next travel destinations? Next. I mean, I know about some of them, but what do you plan on taking out next?
So, I'm going to Italy on Friday or next Thursday. I'm going to Italy. I'm going to the Amalfi Coast. I'm staying in a 5-star hotel.
Okay.
And got a detox. It's kind of like my detox from Brazil. You know what I'm saying? Got to kind of relax and get me a therapeutic massage and getting a Turkish bath and stuff like that. And I will be filming that on my channel as well. After that, I'm doing some research right now on going to Switzerland. I want to stay at another. I'm into, like, if you guys don't know me, I like resorts. I like spas. I like the finer things, like getting those treatments and stuff like that. That's really what I'm into. Plus, those places are very good networking locations, right? Okay. So I'm looking at going to Switzerland either in December or January, hang out in Switzerland for a little bit. I want to make sure there's a lot of snow on the ground. I will be getting footage of that as well. And then next year, we're gonna go crazy in Europe next year.
Okay.
My dream spot that I want to go, that I want to show you cats, is Russia.
Russia.
I'm trying to slide to St. Petersburg. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So yeah.
All right. Now hold on. For the questions, don't ask me no questions. This ain't question answer for me. I don't want to talk to you niggas. Ask him the questions.
All right? Ask me.
He's the guest, motherfucker. Don't ask me shit. I'm gonna time you out.
So I see some cats in here saying the finer things, basically white countries. I've been to a lot of different countries, J. Cole, not just white countries. Okay, let's not twist the words around. You can check my resume. Let's see. Prosper Well through a super chat. I was in the Navy and saw black with black and light skin with light skin. Is that still true in Rio? No, because there's so many different mixed people, mulattoes all over Brazil. So logically, we can conclude that that's not necessarily true. I saw a lot of mixed couples in Rio.
A lot.
Quite a few tonguing, kissing each other down, and so on and so forth.
I saw a lot of that.
So Jack Lee, he says, when are you tricking off in Uganda? Probably never. But here, let's talk about Africa really quick, because there's a lot of, every time I go to a country, I'm in Brazil, I'm with a black chick, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. People in the comments are like, when are you gonna go to Africa? Like, let me explain you guys something. Like I said before, Think Smart Financials is a business, right? Mm-hmm. We think it's smart when we go to different locations. I'll tell you guys a secret. I go to places intentionally to cause friction on YouTube to get more views. So if I go to Uganda and I make a video that says, how do women in Uganda treat black men? How many views will you think that get, O'Shea?
Probably not a lot.
So what if I did that same video in Russia?
Yeah, it's going to get a lot more.
Yeah, probably 1 million views. I guarantee. Mm-hmm. So we're a business. Okay. And the business minded locations is where I'm going to go with my YouTube channel. So I've been to Africa before. I love Africa. But if I'm looking at it from a business perspective, I don't want to go to Africa and be shooting a lot of videos because the racist white folks ain't going to pop up. Right? So when the racist white folks pop up in your videos, asking you why you're in Sweden and asking you why you're in Ukraine, that's more hits for my channel. Mm-hmm. That's ad revenue. So I want the racist white folks to show up and get angry. So it's basic basic business, brother. It's all business.
Okay. So he said this nigga smart. What's his YouTube? YouTube is here, man. Right there. So do that right there. That's the and I can tell you this. I actually have a channel called King Ganda.
Yeah.
You know, that has all about Africa. And I'll tell you one thing. These niggas are not interested. So I can tell you, niggas are not really interested in Africa like that. I can tell you honestly, they not. From what I can tell you.
That's not where the money is. If there was people in Africa, I had a guy who came talk to me because about Ghana. He's like, I'm from Ghana. I'm sorry, Ghana. I'm from Ghana. Because I'm looking at a dude saying Uganda. He says, I'm from Ghana. I'm a vlogger in Ghana. I'm trying to do footage and I got nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting no views. Like Africa is not really hot right now. It's not really Africa's not really a mystery like Ukraine or Russia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we got to go to those mystery places. Right. And bring a black man in there, and everyone is in the comments going to talk about how racist Russia is and be careful about getting arrested and XYZ. And that's going to just draw the views up, and I get paid for it. Right. So, yeah, you know what time it is. I'm just letting you guys go. Let's see. What other questions we got up in here?
Hold on, let me send. Some of you niggas don't get timed out. Engaging in buffoonery. Take your ass to the wall, nigga.
What did he say?
He says so engaging in money is more important than working with your brothers. Nigga, shut your dusty ass out. Nigga. Over here, nigga.
I'm working by giving you guys information. Of course. I'm working with you guys the way I want you to.
Niggas won't give a nigga $5 in real life to do something talking this shit. If you don't get your Malcolm X wannabe ass up out of here.
Yeah.
Mentioning Islam with a pork rind sandwich in the back ass nigga.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see.
Okay, let's maybe LT Jr. Thank you, brother LT Jr. What's your general budget for a 1 week vacation? Finance related question.
Okay.
Now that you talked about that, how much money do you need per day? Thank you, brother Prosperwell.
Okay, LT Jr. Look familiar. I'm not sure if you've been on my channel or not, but I'm sure O'Shea appreciates the super chat.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Well, I see was that a super chat or there's another one? Okay.
Well, another one.
Okay, but to answer this question, it really depends on the location, bro. You have to do your research before you go, right? So always buy your plane tickets first before you buy your hotel. Because I've done that a couple times, and then I look at the ticket, I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? So just common sense like that. Brazil is very cheap. I'm the wrong person to ask because I'm a little on the bougie side when it comes to travel, but $1,000, $100 a day, just use that metric anywhere you go, and then you'll be fine.
Yeah, I think you did a video on $120 a day, right?
Well, yeah, but I think in Brazil you can survive on $100 a day. That's the penny pinch version for Brazil and everywhere. That's like a good standard. So if you're going for a week and you have $1,000, $700 to $800 in spare cash outside of your Airbnb and your taxi, you're not your taxi, but your hotel stay and your plane tickets and stuff is paid for, then yeah, you'll be fine. Just understand what the currency is.
All right, let me again thank you, brothers, and prosper well. Do you feel better traveling and staying in the Matrix USA? By the way, O'Shea, did you get a chance to try that new chicken sandwich? No, I did not. But when I find out, I'm gonna let you know. We don't have Popeyes in Poland. So do you feel better traveling than staying in the Matrix?
Yeah, I do feel a lot better. I don't get depressed when I'm back in the States, but I'm ready to leave. I think that it's kind of hard to describe in words, especially when you've been to Brazil, and you've been to all these different places, and you start to see the power of your dollar and how far it stretches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, hey man, I can get me a nice steak in Brazil for $10, a filet mignon for $4. I mean, come on.
Right.
So when you become accustomed to that, going back to the States can be a little bit troublesome, just from a financial standpoint.
Okay. And Tim Jefferson, do you still need the visa for Brazil? No.
No. So you used to,
Yeah.
but they changed it in June, July time. Changed it to where you don't need a visa.
All right. Shout out to brother AM1. I had a question I was gonna ask, nigga, but I forgot the question. Let me ask you this: how many people, man, have subscribed to the brother 1MasterTeacher? Let's look here and visit his blog here or his website, thinksmartfinancials.com. Can I see people who need to subscribe or to get him over there? And I don't know how many people have subscribed to you so far, but can you tell at all or?
I got to get into my YouTube analytics page. I probably have a rough idea. Hold on. Let me see. 1MasterTeacher. So I was at 20.7 before. Yeah, they're subscribing for sure.
Okay.
Over 100.
Over 100. Okay. So guys, let's do more than that. All right. So 1MasterTeacher1, that's the link to his channel right there. I'll post it at the top of the and I'm pretty sure after this video, we'll get more. But brothers, let's go ahead and subscribe to the brother. He has a really good content, man. Really good content. He takes that camera out there and doing this thing. Thank you, Mafa, have been subbed. I've been subscribed to you for over a year, bro. Okay. So some people already know who he is. So DJ Moss, all the brothers, make sure you subscribe to 1MasterTeacher. Hit the bell and notification bell.
Yeah.
When you always the notification bell. Thank you, brother Art Nussler. So I did earlier today. So he saw your video earlier today.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man. Like the video that I did, all of the videos in YouTube, that I did in Brazil have taken off. But the one I did yesterday is doing very well. And I don't think I'm getting a lot of hate from the sisters in the States about Shorty in the video.
Whoa, now why is that?
I made a video and said black women in Brazil are beautiful, and everybody is calling her disparaging names, specifically black women, on in the comments.
What I mean, disparaging names.
Here we go. I can show you. So I sent it to my buddy. Let me see what they were telling. They were talking about my sister girl, man. They said, the sister probably find they didn't call her name, but they said that she thinks that I am shallow. And she says Brazilian women tend to be uneducated and poor, so they love to hook an American man. They prefer white men with deeper pockets, but will take what they can get easily. Which is far from the truth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If this particular person knew anything about Brazil, there's white people everywhere in Brazil. So that doesn't make any sense. And to automatically assume Brazilians are uneducated, that's not right. And then another one co-signed her and said most foreign women want a free ticket to America. Once the men find out they're being played, they would be quick to call her out and name and stereotype all black women, just a few in this world. The cycle continues. So here's the thing, O'Shea, that should be mentioned. You guys have to understand that a lot of these women don't want to live in a state. Some of them do, but a lot of them don't. A lot of these women in these different countries come from they value family a lot, right? So if they move to the States, then that means they have to leave their family. You know, some states, some cities, and some countries are worse and more than others. Like people be surprised. Like a lot of Koreans really would rather you move to Korea and get married to her, and then we get a house together. You leave your family. You know what I'm saying? People like to throw around the green card thing a little too much, a little too loosely. So,
okay.
Just a thought.
Let me go ahead and guys, thank you for being here and like the video. Keep subscribing. I thank you, brother Cool Chris from St. Louis, for subscribing to the brother. Let me ask you this, man, because promoting black women, I've noticed that there's always been a little bit of a some uh, some distinction between African American black women. Kind of just like in America, there's a somewhat of it's a bigger issue between Africans and American, and then African Americans or Nigerians, specifically the Nigerians in America and African Americans in America. We have a little, back and forth here and there. But I'm noticing for the last few years, there is a problem with black women and American, African American women, and then they don't really have any beef with African sisters, something like that. But I am seeing there is starting to be, the last 20 years, black, Brazilian, or Afro-Latina women and African American women are seeming to be at odds now. More often than not, like especially like I see a lot of it in the blogs. Why do African American women tend to have some issue with women from Brazil or black women from Dominican Republic? Because black men, we don't care about them hooking up with Puerto Rican guys or black Brazilian guys. Why is there an issue with that?
I think the reason why there's an issue with it is because brothers are gravitating more towards them, right? And the reason why brothers are gravitating more towards them is all culture. It's all culture. A lot of these women were brought up and they understand the family structure, right? They understand that the man is the head of the household, right? They grew up with a father in their home, so they know how they watch their mother and their father interact. You know what I'm saying? So they know how a man is supposed to be. I'm not saying that doesn't happen in the black community, but a lot of us grew up with single parents. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us didn't see those interactions. Some of us seen their mom run guys in and out of the house. You know what I mean? So I think that as men that are polished, we don't want to compete with women. I don't care if you have a degree, because you probably have a degree and you probably have $100,000 in debt with that degree. But no one talks about that. We just set that on the shelf. Well, I don't care about your degree. I don't care where you work, because I got money. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need your money. There's certain things that I need from a woman, and it's not a degree, and it's not all these accolades in corporate America. Can you cook? If we have kids, are my kids gonna be eating Chef Boyardee fucking D? You know what I'm saying? Ham sandwiches, or are you gonna put together a proper meal? Can you cook? You know what I'm saying? Do you know how to? You know what I'm saying? The basic supportive role traits. We go back to the Stone Age, the hunters and gatherers. You know what I'm saying? I'm the hunter. You know what I'm saying? And gather, you stay home, tend to the kids, and I bring you the stuff home and you cook it. You know what I'm saying? That's a supportive role, that yin and that yang, man. Like I don't need you. We can go on and talk about this forever, but that's the reason why, O'Shea.
Okay. And again, shout out to the brothers. Let's see, we can rock for a few more minutes. I gotta do a double header with Obsidian. But let me do this, man. What would you say for all the brothers, man? Because you're a younger brother, obviously. I don't know how you want to tell your age.
I'm 35.
35. Okay, so you're a little bit younger than me. You've been doing this for a long time. I just started traveling 4 years ago.
Okay.
What would you tell somebody that wants to be able to live their life like people see what you're doing? You hear, you're there. Your Instagram is live. I check that out. And people who want to be able to do it, but they're afraid. How can they travel? How can they change their life and things like that? What would you tell somebody who's probably thinking about traveling, thinking about going out somewhere, something for themselves for the first time, and just basically, afraid. What would you suggest?
I think that if you want to travel and you want to live a certain lifestyle, there's no magic pill. You got to make sacrifices.
Okay.
Okay. So, for instance, I have a 2008 Honda Accord that has been paid for since 2010. I don't have a new vehicle. I don't have any credit cards. There's a lot of things that I want that I can't buy because I prioritize, traveling and whatnot.
Right.
So you put what you really want to do in the forefront.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like certain people, they like working on cars and motorcycles. So all of their money goes to that car and that motorcycle. Once you get a taste of it, I think experiences are worth more than material things. So I'll put those experiences first. Start small. Start with a small trip. Don't be afraid to go alone. And just get a taste of it. And then start working yourself up to bigger and bigger trips. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you guys get tired of seeing Instagram stories of all these beautiful locations outside of America. Like, there's so much to see. Like, I've been traveling for forever and I'm really just scratched the surface.
All right.
Yeah. So this dude, he said, Western women, you are being looked after for the most part, expanding their options. Yeah, I mean, Western women, here's the thing, like, you guys notice on my channel, like, I don't bash anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too busy traveling in different countries to sit here and talk bad about Black women in America or say disparaging things. I'm just going to show you what the other options are. Hey, guys, if you are not really happy in America for whatever reason, here, you can come to this country and this is what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? So
let me shout out to Brother Vibes, and also my brother Black American. He dropped 2 super chats to $1.09. My brother out of Alabama. Shout out to him. American women do not want to compete with foreign women. They would rather deal with women that have the same mindset. Thank you so much, Brother Vibes.
I would say something that really stuck with me that a lot of Black women would tell me, and this is something you probably heard as well. Black women and a lot of women in the States will always say, you guys just can't handle us. You can't handle a strong Black woman. And I say to that, I'm like, I don't think women are meant to be handled. Like, you handle wild animals, O'Shea. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We handle livestock and animals at the zoo. Like, women aren't meant to be handled, right? So as a man, I don't really want to I don't want to come home or whatever, or get endless text messages arguing and picking fights and stuff like that. Like, I don't got time for that. And you ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? You got big things going on. You know what I mean? Like, you got school and YouTube and all this stuff. The last thing you want is somebody in your ear. And brothers are starting to see that, hey, if I go to Colombia and meet up with Shorty out in Colombia, she gonna keep her mouth shut. There's gonna be some. It's not gonna be a utopia. I'm not saying that it's gonna be perfection, but do you got an option? So,
and guys, thanks so much for all the brothers being here. Make sure you like the video and all of that. Double header, man. I'm working into the night tonight, man. But I do. My brother at Master 1Teacher. I hit him up. I've been really wanting to do this for a minute. I didn't even know he was watching my channel, but I went over to his channel, went out on the live. I super chatted, and we would talk about getting together for the last 1 month or 2 months. I'm definitely want to bring him back. We're on the same time zone, which makes it a little bit on the same time zone, which makes it easier to do shows because it's midday in America. But when we over here in like UK or Europe, man, it's like, damn, when you want to do a show, like, I had to be up at like midnight to do the 6 o'clock show in America. Yeah. I'm like, you'd be tired as hell the next day in Europe. So it's good to get a brother that's on the same continent.
Yeah.
We could do shows at the same time. So if you never want me to come over to your channel, I'll definitely do it. And thank you for coming on here, man. What should you tell your new subscribers that you're going to be getting from this channel? What what should they expect coming to the One Master Teacher channel?
Expect more. Expect, because here's the thing, O'Shea. Like, I like making. I don't really like making YouTube videos. Just like sitting around talking and stuff like that. That's how honestly, that's how I got big, just sitting and talking. But
yeah, I saw those.
Yeah, but I like being in the field. Like I said, I'm going to Italy next week. If you guys hit me up, let me know what you want to see in the Adelphi Coast line. You know what I mean? Like, let me know what you want to see. I'm trying to move, because I show a lot of women in my videos, but I think in Italy, I'm gonna focus more on the culture and different sites and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Broaden the horizons a little bit, because talking about women all the time is very easy. It's a low-hanging fruit when it comes to views. I just keep that in my back pocket, but we're gonna try something different. We're gonna do a beta test. So
okay. So and guys, make sure you check out my Negro News podcast, right? I have a new one up, so y'all know I'm doing the fuckery with that, and I'll be on with Obsidian in about 30 minutes on my other channel. So again, thank you so much for being here, and again, Master Teacher, great channel, man. I seen you climb up, man. I remember you had like about 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers, and I seen that thing. Bloop, 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 bloop.
I'm gonna shout out my favorite, the people I listen to on YouTube. So I listen to you. Okay. I listen to Solo. I do fuck with Obsidian. I listen to his stuff.
Yeah, he crazy.
Yeah, Alan Roger Curry. I listen to him. You know what I'm saying? I like listening to them going back and forth. That's really what I listen to most of the time when I was in Brazil. You, Obsidian, and Ark. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And of course, my favorite YouTuber, which I know you kind of had a little thing going on with him back in the day, Mr. David Carroll. He's my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, I love David Carroll. I'll talk shit about you.
Yeah. David Carroll is by far my favorite YouTuber. And then I like the most honorable Equazi 100 as well. So between all of y'all, like that's where I get all my content. So
yeah, David Carroll, he bad from board, man. He talking a lot of shit. I like David Carroll. He talks a lot of shit. He talks some shit, that little clock ticking in the background.
Yeah, he's very, very, very methodical with his thoughts, and I take a lot of how I speak from him, man. He's a very intelligent brother. Very,
very intelligent, and he's super sarcastic, and he's definitely original. Shout out to David Carroll, man. That's people. That's the one collab I got that in the works for 2020. So me and David Carroll was supposed to come by the jungle and do a show with me, but before 2020 is up, we're gonna do a live stream. I want David Carroll. That's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be crazy. I'm his #1 fan. I've donated to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really donate to a lot of YouTubers, like outside of super chats and stuff, like on his own. So yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah, he's good, man. So shout out to Solo, man. I know you and Solo.
I actually hit up Solo today, man. Check on him, see how he's doing, man. But Solo really helped me a lot, man.
Helped me a lot when I was a YouTuber. Yeah, like, he's bigger than me. Yeah. So Solo, he put a lot of good game, man.
I love Solo, man. That dude, he taught me a lot.
Yeah, he's a good brother, man. He put a lot of people on, man. So shout out to Solo. He definitely helped me out. Well, man, with Master Teacher again, man. Great interview, hot show. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get a lot of playback. Definitely thank you for coming on, man. Let me just make sure I get another push. Guys, let's go ahead and get the subscriptions up to One Master Teacher. I'm putting his video in the comments, his link. Subscribe, hit the bell. Their brother is living right now in England. So I'm in Poland, he's in England.
We're gonna do another one.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely be doing another one, man. Yeah. So God, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for supporting it. One thing I will say about One Master Teacher, I like the fact that he's able to target the black male audience, right? And I remember before, people used to always say, well, black men, they don't really support, white create content for them. But, brothers now, man, we come in there and making videos like, what do women in other countries think about black men? It just, and the reason why I say this is a business strategy, but that just goes to show you that it's marketable to do content for black men. And this is another way that young brothers are showing how they can do it. So I thank you, brothers, for supporting these sort of channels, man. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was going to say just one quick thing, like, the intent really as a business, but I take care of my brothers first. I'm going to expand to more cultures and races and stuff like that. But We have to secure the Black community. You guys got to get the information first. I think Black people, men and women in America, we don't travel enough. You know what I'm saying? My family is not taking trips like I am, and it hurts my feelings. So I feel good when I get a brother or anybody message me saying, "Hey, Skylar, I'm in Thailand. I watched your video, and I can't believe everything you said was right." Like, I've gotten so many of those DMs on Instagram with pictures to prove it, and that makes me feel good, and that's why I keep going. They say Black people don't support Black businesses. That's BS, because I get a lot of conference calls with Think Smart Financials. You guys are supporting the channel. Even if you're not getting a consultation, you're watching the videos, you leaving comments, you backing me up in the comments. So you're contributing. So I appreciate it.
Right. Shout out to Big Swint in the building, man. And guys, thank you, brothers, man. You guys make it's fun to do content for you guys. I like to do we got brothers traveling. You got niggas doing the news, niggas doing call-in shows, nigga, So you brothers really make it fun for us to go out and be ourselves. We don't have to really hold back our personalities. We can talk about stuff like going to Brazil, what it's like, and tell the truth and all that. We can bring the girls on there and everything and talk about that. So, guys, thank you for making it a space where niggas can really be they self and do everything. So that go ahead, make sure you visit my brother, man, at thinksmartfinancials.com. You guys see it on the screen. You see it right there, right?
Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah,
all right,
just
guys.
check it out, man, and subscribe to the channel, whatnot, man. I appreciate it.
All right, and shout out to my brother Big Swint, one half of the security, man, of the Negro Manosphere. So, guys, thanks again. And we're gonna do it again, man. Hopefully we can do it in the next 1 or 2 weeks, brother. But we definitely gotta do it again.
We can probably do a post-Italy one.
Okay. Come back from Italy. We're gonna be talking about the Italy and all of that, brother.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, family. Thanks again, family.
All right, y'all. Take it easy.
Peace. Thanks, Marvin, dude.